Chris Anderson, Gold Pioneers for Safe Technology. Here on the island, we have about a 20% holdback or holdout, refusing these horrible smart meters the Liberals have forced on us. My question is, if elected, would you support the seeking of an amendment for Section 17 of the Clean Energy Act, which mandates the imposition undemocratically of these very flawed meters, which start fires and cost much more money, don't save any energy, and irradiate everybody for miles around. Each meter goes about, what is it?
Thank you.
3 kilometers.
Thank you.
So the question was whether we'd allow people the ability to refuse having a smart meter?
Opt out, yeah.
That is the situation currently. You can actually refuse to have a smart meter, and I know a number of people on this island have done so. That is the policy. There's no enforcement of that. You don't have to take one if you don't want one, but we'd like you to take one, or BC Hydro would like you to have one. There is no health risk from those smart meters. Studies have been done. They're communicating with the base station for just 1 minute a day on average. They are less likely to affect your health than a 30-minute cell phone call. So smart meters are not going to be dangerous to your health. You do have an option to refuse one if you think they might be, and I will stick with that proposal. If you want to refuse it, go ahead.
That's wrong information.
Thank you.
I think the question was about actually supporting an amendment to the legislation, and I would say yes. I was one of the councillors at the UBCM that went to bat on this issue right from the very beginning, because as in Central Saanich, we immediately started getting letters from folks who said that the government's approach was heavy-handed, and it was. And so we went to Vancouver with a couple of colleagues of mine, and we said folks should not have to be forced to strap anything on the side of their house, and they should be given options. And unfortunately, we were told quite smugly, in fact, by BC Hydro and by folks in the Liberal government, too bad, decisions made. We said that doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for us because we're on the ground and we're facing these folks, and they should have options. And so I would agree that the legislation should be amended.
Thank you.
This year's where another $1 billion waste went down the drain for us all. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. It was $1 billion, people. I don't have a problem with them wanting to implement this new meter. However, it should only have been done on brand new houses being built. Obviously, you go from old technology to new technology. If something happened to the meter that was on the side of your home and it needed to be replaced, well, we don't have that old technology anymore. We have new technology. That's called advancement. That's just what happens in this world. But as for what you're saying there, sir, you're absolutely right. We didn't need to do this. This was $1 billion that we put into somebody's jeans out there that probably didn't need it.
Okay, thank you. The clock stopped, Maddie. I think maybe you hit the switch that's off. I don't know. No, that's the buzzer, the other one. No? Is it okay? We'll try it again. Gary, you're last.
Chris, thanks for your question. It's not clear to me that we need to change the legislation. If need be, the NDP government will. What we have said is that we will direct the BC Utilities Commission to provide us recommendations on how to provide opt-out provisions for people who have either refused their meter, as I did, or who had their meter installed over their objections. The $1 billion smart meter, you can imagine the benefits that would have generated, that $1 billion, if we'd invested it in energy conservation instead of these smart meters. So we'll be directing the BC Utilities Commission. You know, there are cost and technical issues here, and that's why the matter should have been referred to the Utilities Commission right off the bat, and that's what we'll be doing to get their advice on how best to provide those options.
Thanks a lot.